What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai. Now, I just want to talk real quick about PlayStation Network and Xbox Live's hacks on Christmas Day. Not the hacks, but the attacks on them, because they weren't actually hacked. Regardless of what a lot of people are saying, they weren't hacked, but I think a lot of people maybe don't know the difference. Um, both networks were brought down by a DDoS attack, which is essentially just they were flooded with login requests, and it just crashed the system. Put a to put it very simply, that is the way it happened. The group that's claiming responsibility, Lizard Squad, said they did it for a couple of reasons. Two reasons in particular. One, because they wanted to force people to spend time with their families. The other reason, and this is a reason actually it does kind of make sense to me, they wanted to highlight the incompetence of Sony and Microsoft and show that there are a lot of security issues with both systems that really should be addressed, and that these two companies actually be pretty smart to hire Lizard Squad and its members to handle their security, which is actually a pretty good point because obviously there are some issues with their security. But there's only two problems I have with this. One, you chose to do it on Christmas, which means that a lot of the people who got a new console, you went out and you made this assumption that by cutting off people's access to their networks, you were going to force them to spend time with their family. But what about people who can't be with their family anyway, for whatever reason? You know, what if someone is say, what if someone has very few family members, and perhaps this was the way they were going to spend their Christmas? You know, they're deployed or they're out of town or their family, whatever. It doesn't really matter. What about families who got an Xbox One for Christmas? For the family. You know, they wanna play Xbox One with Kinect and they want to play Just Dance 2015 or whatever. What about the parents who, you know, they got a console this year and they were looking forward to playing it once their very young children went to bed and they had some peace and quiet. So your argument of forcing people to spend time with their family, it's really flawed because you're making the choice for them. But here's the part that I really object to the most. Lizard Squad said that they did this and they painted themselves in an altruistic light, that they did this to show Xbox and Sony that they have to work on this. But if that was true, if you did this for us, the attacks stopped. And the reason why the attacks stopped is because Kim.com gave them basically a lifetime access, lifetime free access to mega privacy. So instead of it being that you're actually out there to help us, now it's pretty obvious you just did this for bragging rights. You didn't do this to help us. You're not out there trying to make the world a better place. Lizard Squad is doing nothing but inconveniencing people for their own selfish ends. And the reason why this is a big issue, because we see people doing this all the time. We see people inconveniencing other people for their own selfish reasons. But the reason why this is a big problem, in my opinion, is because this legitimizes this kind of thing. This could be the first of many attacks, many hacks, where people just they hold systems hostage, because that's what Lizard Squad did. Lizard Squad actually held PlayStation Network and Xbox Live hostage until somebody gave them something. If not for Kim.com, the systems would probably still be down. So instead of the story being about a hacker group that went out and they were crusaders for justice and they wanted to show that this system needs to be improved and this system needs to be improved, now the story is that a wanted millionaire saved the consoles for Christmas by bribing a hacker group. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Honestly, I really do want to hear what you think. Do you think that maybe this was a one-off? That no more hacker groups are going to come back? Or do you think this is going to be the first? Or do you just, don't really have an opinion one way or the other. But tell me what you think. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.